Joining us this morning is Gadi Adelman, chairman of the Back the Blue NC. And Gadi, it's always a pleasure spending time with you. Thank you for speaking with us this morning.
Good morning.
You know, anytime we talk, again, we appreciate your time and your insight into the brotherhood and the sisterhood that is law enforcement. But it usually means that there has been an officer who lost their life in the line of duty. This time, it's ×4, Gadi. When that call comes in, when you hear about an officer down, again, now ×4, what is the first thing that you and your organization do to try to just, I guess, take the information and start to help? How does that process work for you?
So, first and foremost, I want to give Back the Blue sends out thoughts and prayers to each and every family member and officer that was involved in this horrendous tragedy. You know, this is overwhelming, even for our organization. Dealing with the loss of an officer is one thing. Dealing with 4 at the same time is extremely, extremely tough. What we do, the first thing we do is we get all the information on that officer, whether or not they had a spouse, whether or not they have children. And immediately, the first thing we do is we set up various GoFundMes. People can go to backthebluenc.org to donate. We have a GoFundMe set up. I believe you have it on your website. This is going to be tough for us. You know, we support these spouses and children in a time when the last thing they have to worry about is where's that next paycheck coming from, and it just gives them one more thing less to worry about. So, you know, this is going to be extremely overwhelming. There are no words for something like this. You've got 4 officers that did not come home yesterday, and their wives and children are right now not believing what's happening. And we're going to be there for them. They become part of Back the Blue's family, and we're going to take care of them as best we can in whatever way we can. So all I can do is urge people to go to our website and go to our GoFundMe. And please, I don't care if it's $1, I don't care if it's $5. Every little bit is going to help these people get over this hump while they prepare funeral arrangements and just trying to wrap their minds around what happened.
Gadi, how does this shake to the very core law enforcement officers, deputies of agencies, not only here in North Carolina, but across the country?
You know, when our organization started, and we're not quite even 4 years old yet, and unfortunately, we are now up to 18 officers in North Carolina killed in the line of duty since we started our organization. We started this organization because it was at the height of the defund the police, and we wanted to show community support. Right now, police officers across the nation, morale is at an all-time low. Recruitment is also at an all-time low. You look at what's going on across the college campuses in the United States right now, and people are screaming at these officers, "We don't want you here. You're the same as the KKK." This is just a punch in the gut for the morale of any law enforcement officer out there. They're hearing on the one side, "We don't want you here," and then they're being shot on the other side. I mean, it's just horrendous. If nothing else, if people cannot support these families financially, if you see a police officer today, tomorrow, any day, walk over and say thank you. Because right now, their morale is really at an all-time low.
Well, and speaking of that, Gadi, you've got, I feel like, give me your insight here. You got 3 different conversations happening today. You've got a conversation with the families who lost 4 officers yesterday. You've got a conversation with the families where 4 are recovering this morning in the hospital. We're wishing them well, but you've got families nervous and praying, and there's that conversation going. And then you got a third conversation with those officers stepping out the door any moment with their coffee, giving their wife or their kids a kiss on the head, saying, "I'm leaving." Woo! The weight of any of those conversations, it makes it impossible to breathe.
You know, you're absolutely right. And this is why I say we need to thank these people, because this is one of the few jobs, any first responder job, be it firefighter, EMT paramedic, or police officer, it's one of the few jobs when they leave the house in the morning or for a night shift, they do not know if they're coming home. And that is not an exaggeration. All we have to do is look at what occurred yesterday over the serving of a warrant, and you have 8 officers shot. 4 of them have died. These people weren't expecting that. Their families certainly weren't expecting that. And no officer goes into this line of work to get rich. They do it because they want to serve the community, and it's a calling. So it amazes me to see what's going on nationally against the police when who is it we all call if we have a problem? We all dial 911 and we expect them to be there, but nobody ever thinks about who these individuals are. These are family members. These are parents. These are sons and daughters, so it really is, like I said, there's no words. It's a punch in the gut, to say the least. And I don't know how else to phrase it without getting thrown off the air for using foul language.
Gadi, what do the coming days look like in terms of just supporting fellow officers, their families, and trying to celebrate and memorialize these 4 officers who lost their lives in the line of duty?
Well, first and foremost, I know Governor Cooper was in Charlotte yesterday. I hope that if he already hasn't, I hope that he orders all flags across the state of North Carolina to fly at half staff. We need to honor these officers. They are truly the heroes. The heroes are the ones that don't make it home at night. For Charlotte Mecklenburg and for the U.S. Marshal Service, time is the only thing that's going to help heal this, and it never goes away. That pain is going to be with them every day. You're going to see officers across the state wearing a black ribbon across their badge to commemorate the sacrifice that these officers made. And again, that's why I said, walk over and thank them. Give them your condolences. This is a family of blue. And when 1 officer is killed, let alone 4, this affects each and every officer throughout the state.